How's it going? Welcome back. Today I have one of the best loadouts for the Predator strain that is pretty different from the last one I did. And this one is actually kind of taking advantage of one of the things added in the newest warbond, the Oxygenator Armor, or Oxygenator Armor Passive. Because it combos really well on the light armor with the shield generator pack. Because typically the best armor in the game is, in my opinion, the light armor with extra padding from the superstore. But by taking the Oxygenator passive, you don't really care about the decrease in survivability because you're making up for it with the shield backpack. And then you're taking the grenade launcher because it's just generally one of the best support weapons in the game, especially for chaff clear. It works really well on the Predator strain, and you're going to be pairing it with the Halt, and you're going to, for the most part, be firing stun rounds. You really want your grenade launcher to do the vast majority of the heavy lifting with the damage you're dealing, and you want the stun rounds to kind of control the enemies that are coming towards you and kind of keep them out of your face. Now, I don't play like 100% perfectly this game for obvious reasons, or well, not for obvious reasons. I just a heads up that I don't play 100% perfectly. I do die a couple times, but the build works pretty solidly. The other things I've chosen, the big things that like really make the build is the shield generator pack, the grenade launcher, and the Halt. Everything else you can kind of sub out for different things. I do think I took the Ultimatum for anti-tank, and I took 500 kg as a stratagem for anti-tank as well. There I ping on the map real quick just to showcase that I know where Seif is and that we have to be aware of it later. And then because of this biome, you can tell very easily where there are stalker layers. Yeah, I took the Ultimatum and the 500 kg for anti-tank. I feel like you could change that up a bit, bring something else maybe. I think people have been finding success with like the Eagle 110 rocket pods plus the missile pistol, but I have not personally tried it. Yeah, I start with the Mega Nest just because it makes a lot of sense for solo players to start with Mega Nest. And then I also took the gas grenades. Those are just another kind of control-focused utility item that make a lot of sense to bring versus the Predator strain. But the increased speed of the Oxygenator armor is like the vast majority of what makes this build work. And then I also took Orbital Napalm Barrage. I do think Orbital Napalm is a little overtuned, is how I'd put it. It's incredibly good. If you just drop it on like every bug breach you see, it's like it almost guarantees you like plus 400 kills per game. I shot this guy because I really wanted him to drop his tentacles, but he was a little resistant to doing so, so I just dropped a 500 kg over near his buddy, and they finally call a bug breach, so I should be able to drop Orbital Napalm on that. And then we continue doing the Mega Nest. Predator strain is one of my favorite factions to play against. I think the vast majority of the time, well, I kind of did make a little bit of a mistake here because I used everything that I could have used to destroy this hole. So now I just have to kind of ignore it for right now, which doesn't feel very good, but what can you do? Predator strain is one of my favorite factions to play against. I do think this build is good. I do actually think that my other previous build, the one with the Stalwart, I think that one's still probably better. Just because, I don't know, like the strain is very weak to just an insane amount of ballistics damage. And like the Stalwart feels really good. I've seen people find success with like the Knights, the new Bullet Storms. Like there's a lot you can do with it that feels good. I don't remember what booster I took, to be honest with you. I wasn't paying attention when I picked it. I feel as though I probably picked Stamina Enhancement, because I don't think I see the... That was a beautiful shot, by the way. Sorry to glaze myself, but that was actually like incredible. I thought I wasn't going to hit that. Because like I arced it over the thing. Whatever. I won't harp on it. I think I probably took Stamina Enhancement, just because you don't really need Vitality Enhancement, because you're really letting the shield do a ton of work for you. And then I don't think I took, what is it, Experimental Infusion? That's normally my favorite one, but I don't think I took it. I think I took Stamina Enhancement just because, yeah, I definitely did. The way my stamina bar looks weird. I definitely took Stamina Enhancement. Yeah, the Halt on stun rounds. This is, I think a lot of people said that the Halt was going to be killed by the the release of the sweeper because it's a medium pen shotgun in comparison. But I still think the Halt stun rounds are hugely underutilized. Like, it's kind of crazy the degree at which people don't use them, because they are kind of incredible, especially compared to the pacifier. Like, the Halt stuns literally pretty much every enemy in like one shot if you hit it in the right spot. And so I can just keep these things off me super easily. That was kind of crazy. It didn't stun him, but staggered him out of his charge the first time. Very interesting. And the stun actually does deal enough damage to kill some of the smaller things like scavengers and pouncers. Yeah. I mean, this is just like, this is just how much of a pain in the ass it is to do the Mega Nest without a mobility backpack. I think the vast majority of the time I do this, I always use a mobility backpack, either warp pack, jump pack, etc. I did make sure to save my ultimatum shot all the way around there. That's a little ambitious. It was close though. Maybe if the bug was in the way. Yep. Unfortunately, we kind of have a lot of these holes left still in the middle, which is very unfortunate. If I was really ambitious, I could have fired for the higher one. Luckily, I think we should have Eagle 500 coming up cooldown soon, so that will deal with a lot of this. I really wanted this guy to spew again, but he didn't seem very interested. Oh no, we actually did do it. Never mind. Yep. All right. There's not really too much to talk about with the gameplay for right now, because there's no real macro decisions. I'm just running around the entire, whatchamacallit, the entire Mega Nest dealing with this. And yeah, it's literally just kind of like running and gunning. I'm always trying to loop back towards my resupply because without a supply pack or anything, it's a little dicey, and you don't really have a lot of munitions to keep up with everything that's going on. But while this is rocking, I do have some things I wrote down actually to talk about. It's literally just it's basically just I asked what you guys wanted to see in like just in general, and I wrote down Cremator on Spore Strain, Liberator Concussive plus Flame Dog on Bugs, Airburst, and Sterilizer. I think that was all that I saw. I'll double check and add anything after this, but honestly, that's not that hard to do. And I actually don't mind doing any of this. This sounds pretty easy. I actually really want to check out the buff Sterilizer. That's one of the big things, and that was asked like kind of ages ago. I'm not the biggest fan of the Airburst rocket launcher, but that's normally in team play, or at least normally I see it in team play where it just ends up being my demise. But I think it is strong. Outside of that, Liberator Concussive plus Flame Dog, I think that's pretty solid. I actually quite like the Liberator Concussive, even without. I mean, if I'm playing without like another way to deal damage, it can kind of suck, but overall, it's not terrible. This Mega Nest is taking a while. Also, the Cremator and Spore Burst. I've heard people say it's good. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I heard people say it's good specifically because like it prevents them from like popping and causing the Spore Burst like gas to go everywhere that makes them all faster. But I haven't tried it yet, so we'll see how it feels in a little bit. Probably, I don't know. I'm probably going to shoot for like 3 videos a week, and I still have the idea to make edited content at some point. Okay. That could have been worse if the charger like did his like fucking 180-degree turn. I also don't know if I need to dive there. I think maybe not diving is safer. A lot of the times I dive. Oh, this is bad. I die here. Yeah. I needed to dive there. I don't know. It's kind of rough. I think I needed to not dive. I needed to walk off. Oh, this is also terrible. Oh, man. Hellpod steering getting locked by, like, these walls. And then it, like, forces me on top of the wall. Because I didn't want to be on top of this at all. Because, like, it's just death either way I go. Either I make it out of here this way, or I just die to the enemies in there. I throw the Eagle 500 on the off chance that I might be able to get out that way if I can't make it this way. But I do attempt this, and then that just ends up putting me into Narnia, where I realize very quickly I don't really want to waste the time. So just blow my shit smooth off real quick. But luckily, Not luckily. It fucking tries to spawn me in the same place again. Well, not same place exactly, but it tries to spawn me like... I swear, when I play solo sometimes, this game like runs a mathematical algorithm in the background that determines the worst possible place to spawn me sometimes. And here, you see me going into... I had to actually open a second ago. I was looking for, remember weapons, remember aim mode, or... it was remember weapons functions. They broke it recently. So, like, this would be stuck on flechettes when I didn't want it to be. I wanted it to be on the other one. Very luckily I get both of these, and the shield is able to kind of carry this a little bit. Now, there was resupply, like, right to my right here. I don't know if I noticed it. I should go for it. Nope. I called that Orbital Napalm too close, so we're giving up on getting this resupply at all. This was kind of bad. The shield keeps me alive, but, like, it's really bad. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This, like, the moment the charger's on top of you with the shield, it's really, really bad. Just because I think the shield has a little bit of a larger hitbox than the normal player model. So you're almost guaranteed to get ragdolled by the charger pretty much no matter what happens. Which is like the huge upside for taking the Ultimatum versus taking something slower to kill, like 110 rocket pods or what's it called? Or the missile pistol or something like that, is that you really want chargers dead as soon as humanly possible when you're using the shield backpack. Everything else is kind of like meh. It's not going to be like too big of a deal. Chargers, just like they constantly fucking ragdoll you with the shield. It feels terrible. It's why I normally don't bring the shield on bugs, but that's a White Stalker, so that means there's a nest nearby, and we do see that we are close enough to actually trigger this one to spawn. Luckily, because we are on Predator Strain, we literally have a build literally set up to do Predators pretty much, or Stalkers. I don't know why I have such a hard time screwing that up. Also, I actually don't really recommend swapping your ammo. I think the vast majority of the time you should just use the extra grenade and just keep it on stun 24/7. Because it only takes like one time fucking it up and having it on flechette when you need it on stun to die. Also, where did my grenade go? Where did my other grenade go? Whatever. I literally, even upon review, I couldn't tell where those grenades went.
Tagging map.
Here I was really thinking about where I wanted to go, and I kind of screwed myself because I really wanted to clear west side of the map first, but see, I'm like running towards it, but the problem is I called my resupply mid-map already, and it feels weird now. I'd have to be fighting without the resupply. If I head west map, this was kind of a macro gameplay mistake, and this was like my second game back. This was recorded right after my previous video, so like it makes sense. It's just, I don't know, it feels weird. I kind of forced myself into playing mid-map here when I really want to be on the other side, but whatever. It is what it is. You already know that I fucking probably won because I posted it. Not that I don't post losses, but I just don't think there's any interest in seeing losses. Otherwise, I would definitely post really close games, because why not? And I have posted a couple that like died in like fucking overtime, but it still counts as being done pretty much. Luckily that stun was enough to prevent him from calling that. I really wanted, since I committed to this, I really wanted to get this done without, I think I should have killed the Hive Guard first behind me, because I don't think that Stalkers can call for reinforcements. Also, it's crazy that I didn't even like pay attention to where those grenades went, because like 2 of them went straight up. Oh, they really want to call reinforcements. Yep, they fucking get it. Big rip. Oh well. We have Orbital Napalm, but it kind of sucks because like they're right on top of this objective, and now like because I wanted to play around my resupply, there's nothing I can really do about this. Like this just, I don't know. This is like a situation that you only get into when you like fuck up at a macro gameplay sense. I did kind of just decide to fuck over that one hunter in particular just because I knew I was respawning anyways. That's the other downside to running the shield right there, is even if you like dodge these guys correctly, the vast majority of the time, it's not even going to matter anyways because the shield hitbox is so big, they're going to hit it regardless. So realistically, you shouldn't really care about dodging. So I think this is kind of a more like newer player-friendly Predator Strain build compared to my other one. Because my other one, I think, requires a little bit better aim and a lot better warp pack usage, whereas this one is way more like, it's kind of dummy proof. Like the shield, like, see, I don't really recommend doing this. I think you should just keep the Halt on stun regardless and just use either use a couple more stun rounds to kill those guys or just switch to grenades anyways. But I think this one's way more dummy proof because the grenade launcher is really easy to use in my opinion. And it's and you don't really have to worry too much about, like, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Hang on. I'll get it back. It's more dummy proof because you don't have to use the warp pack. Your shield is just a passive, like, bonus. And then if you just keep your thing on stun rounds the entire time, it just gives you a lot of space to, like, think things through. Like right there, I think if I'm using the warp pack right there, even if I immediately warped, I was still taking at the very least one hit and using a stim. I really wanted this charger to break this. It did not work in the slightest, and then I ragdolled myself. I should have stimmed before the leap. It was stupid. 100%. I blame that on not playing for a little bit. Should I have dropped on this? Probably not. That was also probably a mistake, but luckily I could just fucking take that and then pre-stim the rest of these hits. And that somehow worked, actually. And that charger was actually just in the goated spot. I don't know how that charger survived. Now this is going to look like a mistake. I actually intended to do this. I dived into the charger as a movement tech because I knew the shield generation was going to tank the actual charger hit. So I knew I could kind of bounce off of him and go farther. It's kind of like a poor man's warp. That's like the only like high skill cap thing you can really do with the, or high skill ceiling thing you can do with the shield generator pack is just knowing when you can like purposefully take a ragdoll and you know it's going to send you somewhere, which is why I ran to the top of the hill and then kind of like leaped towards him / kind of in the direction I wanted to go. Like I knew I was going to get ragdolled. A lot of the times when I get ragdolled, I'll say like movement or intentional or something, and it's absolutely not. This is one of the very rare times where it's like, yeah, I actually fully intended to do that. But yeah, I think this is way more dummy proof because you don't have to worry about actually using your backpack. It is going to be useful no matter what. It helps being snuck up on. It helps just like standing around. It helps in general combat. The shield is it's just very helpful for newer players. Grenade launchers is incredibly solid. It can be a little unwieldy at times, but I think this plus the Halt makes all your targets stationary, so it makes it a lot easier to, or all of the like close range targets stationary, makes it a lot easier to utilize correctly. And then, especially in like a 4-man squad, this build is like very, very solid. I think if anything, you might want to trade either like the Eagle 500 for gas mines or something, depending. It depends on what the mission is as well. But to be honest, this is like a very solid kind of newer player thing. I think it's a little less good overall, but good for newer players. And what I mean by a little less good is I mean like a little less effective. I'm standing here because I want these supplies, and I just know I'm going to take hits for it. I threw 2 grenades because I know I'm fully respawning grenades anyways. And then we're just literally, I think we should just straight up leave here and go straight to west side of the map. Because I wanted to play west side at the start, and I couldn't. So I still think it's worth it to run west side. I probably should have used some time to kill these hive guards. I don't know. Not the hive guards, the alpha commanders, but kind of in a weird spot where it does make sense. Like if I can get away and just kill him with grenade launcher, it does also make sense. But it's okay. I end up running kind of wrong direction, but whatever. It's not wrong direction, it's just like a little off target. I also think I'm doing a very bad job at managing the horde behind me right now. And I might die for it. Yeah, this doesn't look... okay, maybe it's fine. I keep like engaging the enemies in front of me when I really should like finish killing everything that's coming up behind me. That guy's still alive? Jesus. Like, if I just kill that guy earlier, then I can stun these guys earlier. Now I'm in a very weird position, and it's like, it's kind of okay. Oh, but now I just engage these guys? Oh, okay. This is bad. Like, I've unfortunately aggroed too much shit at the same time. I need to start, like, dropping gas grenades in my feet and just running. Oh, there's too much, and they're going to flank now. This is pretty bad. This commentary is done in post, so I do like kind of know what's gonna happen, but this is still like watching it now after I've like played a couple games since I've been back. I can see like the mistakes I'm making. I really need to use gas grenades here. Like this is the exact situation where when you're getting overwhelmed, drop gas grenades at your feet. It buys you so much time. I mean, I'm kind of like getting out of this, but if I run into like, oh no, they already just called another bug breach. I mean, gas grenade's good there, but like, I don't know. I should call Orbital Napalm. There we go. Never mind. We're chilling. I think it's kind of sketchy though. I really should have just dropped gas grenades way earlier, and then I don't have to like play as scared as I was. I use the Ultimatum because we know we're about to resupply anyways. I just stun the shit near the resupply so that I can guarantee I can get it without getting hit. And then I just backpedal to the objective that I want to be doing, which is not Seaf. I actually want to start this and then probably head to Seaf afterwards. And I was counting side objectives there because I want to know how many we have left. Fun fact, stun rounds can actually blow up that canister. I didn't actually know that until I tried it. I saw it was there and I was like, you know what? Why not try it? Fun fact also, these guys don't give a fuck about the fire there. But yeah, I think this build was like actually incredibly solid. All right, now what else did people say they wanted to see? I asked about like potential other games, and one person responded with a goddamn list. They wanted me to see Space Marine 2, Dark Tide, Gang of Frogs, Deep Rock Galactic, Dark Souls, and Far Far West. First of all, that's a long list. I don't even know what Gang of Frogs is. I'm going to have to look that up after this. Second of all, I will do Deep Rock Galactic. I'm guaranteed to do Deep Rock Galactic because I've literally already recorded the gameplay for it, so it's not like I'm going to delete the gameplay. Unless like something terrible happens with Deep Rock Galactic in the next like 2 days. But that's highly unlikely, so I don't know about switching to Fletch that's here. Was that low on grenades or something? It kind of makes sense if I have like one mag of grenades left. I don't want to use it for those guys. Do I? I need to see myself change weapons. I don't know. As I said earlier, I think you should just stay like in stun rounds the entire game. I think they're just super solid. They work with grenade launchers super well. There's no really reason to swap off. I mean, there's like small reasons, but I think why trip yourself up when you can just keep it as a stun weapon entirely. We have 4 out of 5 shells looking for the last one. Just hit the terminal while we're over here, just because all of these are napalm, so we just grab the closest one. Oh, grenade launcher's out of ammo. So I figure, I mean, honestly, I think it's still just better to leave it in stun. Stun the entire patrol to guarantee the reload. Or like I have gas grenades. Like there's so much I can do. After I purposefully nuke the fuck out of that patrol very, very quickly, and then I immediately check my minimap to see if there's any dots that survive. And if there's no dots that survive, I can immediately go back to reloading this. If I see a dot, we want to make sure we kill it to prevent any kind of call-ins. Climbing is still broken, unfortunately. It sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. We already have I think this is just an impaler walking in. But we get this done, which is pretty sick. And I think we already started the generators. Hopefully, so we only have like one thing left. That's way too far. I'm getting rusty because I haven't played for a while, but is what it is. We checked the map, make sure everything's dead here. 40 meters, yeah, it's easy. I got right under him. That was perfect. Always reload your shit just before you resupply, just cause. I think I even stim here for stamina. Yeah, I mean, it's like barely any stamina, but why not? I put that back into stun, which is very good, very solid. I should reload it as well. I do. Okay, perfect. And then we are literally done with this. And now I'm counting side objectives. We see 2. We know one's probably that other stalker layer. And then we have that at the bottom. We're doing okay. I mean, we kind of fumbled around a little bit, like halfway through the game. I should have slid down this, like, when using this armor, slide down that hill. I don't know why I didn't. I think I was kind of focused on other shit, and I don't know. Slide down the hill. If you're using the armor that gives you increased slide distance, use it. I really didn't use it as much as I could have in this game. See, I'm looking at my map. I know that stalker layer. We don't see any enemies on our way to do this, so we know we're kind of chilling once we get this done. And then we just have codes, which are incredibly easy to do. Stalker layer, and then I'm assuming the thing in the top right is probably like Spore Spewer, but we can't like be 100% certain, so I'm like looking for what other possibilities there are. Scanning the like horizon, looking for something that could be like a LiDAR station or something. I do use the slide there, and this is like the first time I've really seen myself use a slide all game. I really should have used it way more. But yeah, back to the games. What can you guys actually expect? Next video is actually probably going to be Deep Rock Galactic, unless I record something else beforehand, but I really don't think I will. So, got that to look forward to. And then, to be honest, I'm going to see how well it does before I really think about doing any kind of other games.
Never mind. Cancel that.
I'm a little conflicted about doing other games. I think everyone who really watches me for Helldivers, because it's pretty much the only thing on my channel. I think there's like one other video that's not Helldivers, and it's like probably my most hated. It's not most hated from a community perspective, most hated from my perspective, because I don't like it. I should just drop 500 kg on this guy, to be honest with you. I don't really know I survived 2 ultimatum shots unless they've buffed Bile Titan's resistances, or there's some kind of like desync. Also, like 3 shots in a row just deflected off that. That was pretty sick. That was a horrible like waste of resources. I don't even think he even saw me at first. I probably could just run right by him and not dealt with him at all. We are very interested in just blitzing the fuck out of these enemies, making sure nothing's left alive because we don't want them to call anything. Get lucky, get some super credits there. 10 cents, easy. I did hit this POI almost entirely because I fucking used so much ammo on the Bile Titan, so I was able to kind of restock here very, very easily. We throw a gas grenade high, and then we blow a hole through the fence. We kill the enemies that are not in the gas, because we know the codes are literally right here, because this is just how the tile set spawns. Stun that guy so he doesn't hit us even in his like random attacks, and then we just ping our next objective. You could make the case for running all the way up there to do, or running straight to main objective. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is very bad. I really wanted to get Orbital Napalm off, but this is a very shitty situation. And here I'm starting to like plan around using the Hell Bomb. I probably should have thrown another. There we go. Oh, we're out of Halt rounds. This is pretty bad. I mean, that kind of worked, but we really need the Halt reloaded to get this guy off me. Or we need Shield to come back. Shield came back right in time to let me live that. But it does not. Oh, they are. The Predator Strain is a very cruel beast. That stim was bad. They're blocking me from getting into the combat zone. I'm not sure how I needed to survive this. I think I knew I was dead at this point. There's definitely a way to survive it. I think there's... I think not fucking up the Orbital Napalm the first time is how I survived that. Because if I don't fuck up Orbital Napalm, I just live. That sucks. Everyone, you know what happens to everyone. It is what it is. Can't feel too bad about it. Happens to everyone at least like once. Especially like, I don't know. Man, dude, I watch like some of like these videos when I play and I haven't played in a while. Watching my own gameplay makes me feel bad at the game. But whatever. Yeah, I'll probably play DRG, which is Deep Rock Galactic. Just because I think there's a lot of overlap. It's another horde shooter. And then I might play far, far west. Just because I have been seeing a lot of stuff about it. It is currently in... Dude, yeah, I'm checking my shit again because it's not... Like, the weapon functions is what it is. And it still went back. I think they broke it for some weapons, not all of them, but something they changed screwed it up, and it was fucking me up. So I was looking at my settings to try and fix it. I don't think there is a current fix for it. I think it's just a known issue right now. I'd have to look through the known issue list to say exactly which one it is, but I know it's like they broke like the weapon firing modes remaining what you wanted them to be. It being this incredibly foggy over here is great news for us. Now I just throw another 500 kg over there because I'm like, you know what? That'll probably get it. And then I start heading over to do the Spore Spewer, which is great because this means it's our last side objective and we just have like a nest left and main objective. But yeah, I'll probably play DRG, Far Far West. I may play Space Marine 2. More than one person has said that they would like to see that. This was like... This terrain was so fucking janky. I should have slid. I should have like just hit crouch and just like slid down the side of the wall. But like, I don't know what I was trying to do. It was just kind of janky. But whatever. We're chilling. I think I was sweating it because I think I was like no reinforcements left. So I was like just trying to run to stay alive. But whatever. We are all done with this nest. We're all done with this side of the map. We literally just have main objective and the other thing left. Now I sent that trying to get the charger, at the very least stagger the charger, and because I knew I was respawning anyways. Holy fuck, there's so many enemies here. Dude, I love Predator Strain. It is unironically my favorite faction. Although this is kind of looking like I'm going to die in like 2 seconds. There we go. That's what I mean when I say throw grenades at your feet. Because it kind of guarantees that by the time the enemies get to you, you will probably be okay. Oh, he fucking like stunned on the ground anyways. You can dig holes with grenade launchers to like stun chargers. I haven't really been able to replicate it when I wanted to do it, but when grenade launcher was heavy pen and you would just like spam the charger's face, they would die anyways. Or they would stun and then die anyways. Like, it was just a super effective way to kill them. I don't really think I needed to throw that, but kind of is what it is. Yeah. I think there's a chance... Wow, I really just fucked over that one hunter in particular. But there's a chance I might do some more of the horde shooters. But right now my concern is with putting out content on these specific games in a way that people want to watch. I think that there is demand for watching people play Helldivers 2 missions on the hardest difficulty because it is intended for 4 players, and there's very, very little like actual scaling. I think realistically that the main scaling is just with like, or I think it's almost entirely just with patrol spawns, and outside of that there's pretty much no scaling for multiplayer versus single player. Like, the same amount of bugs come out of bug breaches. I'm pretty sure there's not any. From what I can tell, reading the wiki, seeing what other people say, I cannot find any source for anyone saying that there's multiplayer scaling outside of patrol spawns. And then even then, you get the same amount with a single player versus 4 players who stay together. So I think that's why there's a lot of want to see Helldivers 2 solo players, is because it is quite impressive. You are making the game effectively 4 times harder, and it is not meant to be played that way. Whereas with these games that do have multiplayer scaling, it feels a lot less impressive. Like, it's still like impressive to a degree of like, oh wow, you did really good there, but it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, it's just like an intended difficulty in the game. I don't think the game Helldivers is balanced around people playing this game alone at all. And I think a lot of the time it's a testament to player skill that they are able to do so. Whereas I think the other ones, it's less that, and it's like, I don't know. It just, I don't think there's as much interest because I think it's probably easier. However, on some of these games, I haven't actually played them, so I don't know how much scaling there is at all. But I will also say that the current style of my content is playing things on the hardest difficulty level, and a fair amount of that is for sure like skill, mechanic, like just mechanics, stuff like that. But there's also a good portion that is game knowledge and just like the ability to know what's going on, where I need to be, what have you, all this other stuff that does not transfer over to different games because they might have different spawning patterns, different objectives, different weapons. Like, a lot can change between games. And so it's very hard for me to transition to another game and continue doing like the hardest content possible on a whim, because it requires me to be, I tried to jump up there, but I didn't like fully commit, so I went the wrong direction. It just looks stupid. Now we actually wanted to leave here anyways, so it's kind of fine that they do this. I actually dodged that guy without the shield even getting hit. That's kind of crazy, by just stopping in my tracks. Normally you just have to like backpedal a step and it works out. But yeah, there's like a lot of time that can go into learning a game to that degree, and I really don't think people are super interested in watching me play things that isn't really like the hardest content available in any specific game, which is like, it's kind of puts me in a weird position where if I want to play a new game and do like the hard content, then it's like it's hours of my time of like grinding, learning, reading the wiki, etc. to do that, to be able to like be like, hey, this is a showcase of someone who's good at the game. And that's what my content currently is. So like the options kind of become changing what my content is so that you can see me like play a game for the first time, which I think has its advantages, or I'm just like have like a literal fuck ton of time getting put into games that you guys don't even see. Oh, you could actually see artillery fire. That was kind of cool. It was on the right side of the screen if you go back like 10 seconds. But yeah, so it's either like a fuck ton of work with you guys not seeing any of that work except for the very like fruition of me being able to execute other games at the highest difficulty levels, or I change what my content is so that you see me like learn other games. And I'm not sure how exactly, I don't know which way I would want to go with that, to be honest with you. I think you could argue for both of them. That was the last prompt, so we are now done with the entire mission. We grab resupplies, start heading towards extract. And I think I was very interested in calling extract and not doing it in overtime, just because doing it in overtime I could die like right after right after the super destroyer leaves and just kind of be shit out of luck, and it would kind of suck. So we literally just start running as fast as possible towards extract. We want to call this shit immediately. But yeah, it kind of puts me in a weird spot where I'm not sure how I do that. Now, I've already said that I have a video coming for Deep Rock Galactic, and that's because I've already played a fuck ton of Deep Rock Galactic, so I already knew the game pretty well. So I chose something that I figured people would want to see, and I fucking sent it, and we'll see how the video does. To be honest though, like unless it does surprisingly well for my channel, not like an overall scale, unless it does surprisingly well for my channel, I'm probably going to stick to Helldivers 2 for the vast majority, just because I know Helldivers 2 very, very well. Way better than Deep Rock at this point, and I just enjoy playing Helldivers more, at least recently. I don't know. I do like have a laundry list of games that I want to get to and will probably. I think there's just like an issue of finding out a way that I can make it enjoyable for people to watch. I don't know. Like I want to make like better videos, to be honest with you. I like not to say there's anything like inherently wrong with the videos that I'm making right now, but I think that they don't have a very wide appeal. And he carried my fucking gas grenade like 20 meters, by the way. Like, that's actually insane. Because I threw it at him, and then it just stayed in the air until he did his leap, where he fucking took it with him. That was like my second slide in the entire game. I really should use the slide way more. The slide is pretty sick. It's a lot of fun to play with. There I was taking advantage of the fact that the stun rounds do actually do damage. But I want to make higher quality videos that people are more inclined to watch. Because, I don't know, the onus of watching my videos is not on the viewer. Like, if I put out bad content, I don't want you guys to watch it because you enjoy my personality or whatever. I want you to tell me, like, hey, this was kind of like shit. I don't really want to watch this. I didn't have a good time watching this, and I think you can do better. Because I genuinely want to do better. Like, this is absolutely a hobby, and, like, I make no money off of doing this at all. Which is honestly... Oh, that's a very scary ultimatum. Holy... Using my ultimatum, like, 2 meters away from me in overtime is fucking terrifying. That's also terrifying, but somehow this works out. But I want to make better videos, and part of that is figuring out how to make content on other games that people who watch these videos will think is intriguing enough to watch, or interesting enough, or something along those lines, without compromising the way I want to go about playing games. And I have ideas for how to do that, and I will probably get around to it. I don't know. I'm really thinking about it, because it's kind of a conundrum. Because, like, there are different ways to go about it, but a lot of them are, like, pretty serious time commitments, and for a hobby that's kind of like, it doesn't feel great to a certain extent. But I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of just like spitballing it here, and I'm like thinking about stuff on a larger scale. For the most part, if you are a casual viewer myself, then you do not have to worry about any big changes coming in the next like couple weeks or anything. I might put out like a video about a different game here and there just because I enjoy different games occasionally. But for the most part, the content's going to be staying the same. On a much larger scale, I do eventually want to change the content that I'm making, but for right now, I don't have a very good direction of where I would like that to go, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I don't know, I'll talk about it more in the next video. The next video will be DRG. I got 831 kills, 5 deaths, 27 stims used. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, hopefully. See ya.